I am Wode Maya, the king of Africa. Do you want the smoke? Yeah, I didn't think so. So keep my name out of your mouth. This is how I am observing you all, associating my name with things I know nothing about, all in the name of reaction. Continue, and the day I'll also strike. Ha 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 ha. This is how I am observing YouTubers, using my name for clout, all in the name of reaction. Continue, but don't come and act as a victim when I strike. I'm just here minding my own business. You people should let my name rest. Enough is enough. I'm really getting tired of all this nonsense. I'm simple. Can't understand why African creators can't get along and work together. Can't wait to drop the mic soon and leave this space for you all. How many times do I have to keep reminding you all that I'm not a YouTuber? Stop comparing me with others. I am a man on a journey. I am Valentina from the African Dominican channel, and I'm here contributing to the African Diaspora channel. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some breaking news. Wode Maya just fired shots at African Reactors, who have been dragging his name because he made a collaboration with Ivaintures. Those of you who have not been following the African YouTube streets, Ivaintures is Ivan, who was a close friend of Aymara. Him and Aymara's friendship broke up over an 18-year-old girl called Paulina. So there are a lot of people on YouTube who think Ivan is a snake and they like Aymara. And there are people who think Aymara is a crazy, sick person and Ivan did the right thing by protecting Paulina. Anyway, let's just say there's a love-hate relationship between Ivan and African Reactors. So what does this have to do with Wode Maya, you might be asking? Well, Ivaintures is in Ghana, or he went to Ghana and met with Wode Maya. Wode Maya is Africa's YouTube king, or Africa's biggest influencer. He is promoting the Africa to the world image. Ivan is an African from Cameroon who lives in America. And of course, Wode Maya and Aymara do not get along, obviously. And Wode Maya and Diamango also do not get along. So let's just say that there are people who are not happy that Ivan and Wode Maya did a collaboration for obvious reasons. Aymara's camp is definitely mad and upset because the fact that Aymara does not speak to Ivan and does not speak to Wode Maya either, but then Ivan and Wode Maya met up and did a collaboration. Of course, that stirs a lot of emotions in people like Aymara and all his followers. So because of that, they are firing shots at Wode Maya because they do not like Ivan. All right, and of course there are other African reactors and followers who like Ivan, but they also think that this collaboration was good, but they didn't like the questioning that Ivan threw at Wode Maya. So the biggest issue here that is putting Wode Maya under fire from African reactors and other viewers is that he entertained Ivan's questions on the passport bro movement and the whole talk about women. So some people are saying that, oh, Wode Maya is a married man. He has no business discussing passport bros and women in general because he's married. Do I agree with that? Well, this is all I have to say. Yes, Wode Maya is a married man and he's not a passport bro. Personally, I would not have asked him about the passport bro movement because he knows nothing about it. He's not part of the movement. He's never been a passport bro as we know it. And also, Wode Maya is a married man. So I wouldn't personally have asked him about other women. But I saw this as two men chopping it up, talking about many different topics. Because when men get together, they talk about anything and everything, right? So I don't think there's anything wrong per se with Ivan asking Wode Maya about passport bros and African women. But I don't think it was appropriate. But at the same time, I don't think it was a big deal either. Because these were two men chopping it up, right? Because as a person who likes to interview people, I usually interview people about topics that they are well versed on, or topics that they cover on their channels, or things that I've seen them do. Then I'll ask them about those things. Wode Maya, we never seen him passport broing around. And Wode Maya, since he's married, we don't see him with a lot of women. So personally, I won't have asked about women and passport bros. But at the same time, I understand that Ivan is a content creator, okay, and he travels a lot. So maybe also wanted to know how Wode Maya felt about the topic of passport bros and just for women in general. You know, two guys chopping it up. But at the same time, like I said, was it appropriate questions for Wode Maya and his brand? Well, because it's not part of the passport bro movement and he's a married man, I don't think you should entertain those questions. But at the same time, it's not a big deal. Like, I'm not gonna sit and beat him up about it like other reactors are doing, you know. You know, he chose to answer the questions. He's a grown man, you know, he was chopping it up. And I really did enjoy that interview, you know, because I got to see Wode Maya in a different light. I didn't judge him, you know, because, yeah, he's a man, you know, and those are stuff that he talks about with other people. It's not like he discusses on his channel. He discusses for Ivan's channel, right? But I don't think this affects his brand because it's not like he uploaded this discussion on his channel. This discussion only went on Ivan's channel, which focuses on African women or women in general and traveling or passport bros. So those people who are saying, oh, Wode Maya had his brand, no, he did not. I feel like he has the right to talk about anything and everything, you know. And when he goes on other channels, yeah, he can talk about topics of that channel, you know. He did agree to the interview. So again, it's not a big deal. But at the same time, should Ivan have asked him those questions? Well, they were chopping it up. You know, Ivan is a grown man. I'm sure he knows what's best for his channel. And he's also looking for content. You know, as a content creator, you have to do what you can to get content respectfully. I don't think he didn't disrespect Wode Maya and his wife at all. Well, I'm sure Wode Maya's wife understands. She's a content creator too, you know. So I'm sure she understands. She's not like making a huge deal out of it. And also the African Reactors who are making a big deal out of this are also creating content. So yeah, I think everything within reason, you know. I don't think we should beat people up so harshly over small things. This is not a deal breaker for Wode Maya. It's not. But I think African Reactors making a huge deal can tarnish Wode Maya's image, you know, because they are the ones who are pushing the negative narrative that it shouldn't really be there. It was two men chopping it up. Anyway, let's talk about the passport movement. You know, I know Ivan asked Wode Maya about that. Was it appropriate? Maybe not on the surface, but think about it. You know, Wode Maya is promoting Africa to the world. And you know what? Passport bros are world travelers. And guess what? A lot of them are going to Africa, right? A lot of them watch Wode Maya's content. A lot of them follow Wode Maya. And Wode Maya, because of Wode Maya's content, a lot of them got to see Africa in a different light. And they are now in Africa. They are coming to Africa as well. So yes, Wode Maya's mentioned Africa to the world also affects passport bros. You know, so Wode Maya is also indirectly communicating with passport bros when he says Africa to the world, because everybody is welcome to Africa, right? Yes, the negative people like passport bros who are doing bad things, yeah, they're not welcome, but you cannot stop them. But the good passport bros, yeah, they're welcome. And just think about it, passport bros are just tourists as well. They go to these countries and invest money, you know, and a lot of them, a lot more passport bros, a lot more Black American men are traveling to Africa. Some of them might be for the wrong reasons, but a lot of them, when they go there, they realize, OMG, I may have come here for a woman, but whoa, I love this continent. Just look at Austin Holloman. He loves Africa. And now he's also promoting Africa to the world, right? So Wode Maya is promoting Africa to the world, and now some passport bros are also not promoting Africa, right? Sometimes I always believe this: whatever the devil means for harm, God can turn it around for good. Okay, so let's not beat Wode Maya up so harshly for entertaining the passport bro movement, because the passport movement is also going to Africa now. Not to do all bad, some of them are really doing good, you know, and they're investing in the continent. So that's a good thing. So again, maybe Ivan asking a question may not seem appropriate from the surface point of view, but when you really think about it, it is appropriate because Wode Maya is promoting the image of Africa to the world, right? And when he does that, he's attracting people from all over the world to come to Africa, including passport bros, who are also fans of Wode Maya. Okay, speaking about women, African women, again, Wode Maya is all about promoting Africa to the world, right? African women are part of that message too, so he can talk about it, right? Whether he's married or not, he can talk about it. I'm sure his wife is mature enough, she's secure enough not to be offended by her husband discussing women, right? He's a man at the end of the day. Just because a man gets married doesn't mean he stops being a man, right? And he was respectful about it. So I'm sure his wife understands. She's a kind of creator. So my point is, yes, Wode Maya is upset. Just read his messages. I'm going to read them to you right now. He's very upset because he's being beaten up for talking about passport bros, which is relevant to his brand. Remember, Africa to the world, right? Passport bros are world travelers and they're coming to Africa. So yeah, it is relevant now that I think about it, right? African women, part of the Africa to the world message too. So yeah, it is relevant. So I don't believe this collaboration with Ivan hurt Wode Maya's brand. I think the reactors who are being negative about this collaboration are the ones who are hurting Wode Maya's brand. I like my African reactors, but sometimes I just believe that, not everything is on the surface level, right? I know our reactors are very analytical. They like to analyze content. I like to analyze content too. But just feel like sometimes we have to think deeper. Not everything's on the surface level. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And please, Wode Maya is doing a great work for Africa. Let's give that man his flowers. He's not out there tarnishing the African image. So please, let's not tarnish his image. All right? Thank you for watching. And God bless you.